First is Afnaz Yusuf. She has got 100% in computer application. Next is Muhammad Humaid. He gets 10% in history and civics. Next is Ume Huda. She gets 10% in biology, history and civics. Afnaz Yusuf has got 10% in computer application. We have Muhammad Humaid getting 10% in history and civics.
I clicked on library.
We have Noordiba Ansari getting 10% in history and civics. We have G. Harish getting 10% in history and civics. Urvi Porwal getting 10% in biology. We have Gangotri T getting 10% in biology. We have Noordiba Ansari getting 10% in history and civics. Next, coming to students who have got highest percentage in each subject, we have Ume Huda getting highest percentage in English 1, Kannada, biology, history and civics. She also gets highest percentage in English literature, chemistry, geography and computer application. She also receives an appreciation certificate for serving as a captain for St. Mary's House. We now have Afnaz Yusuf, who has got highest percentage in English literature, chemistry, computer application. She also gets 90% and above in English language, Hindi, biology, geography, history and civics. She also receives an appreciation certificate for serving as a school vice captain. We now have Urvi Porwal, who has got highest percentage in Hindi, biology, environmental application, and 90% and above in Hindi, environment application, geography, history and civics, English language, English literature, mathematics, chemistry. She also receives an appreciation certificate for serving as a school captain. We now have Gangotri T, who has got highest percentage in English language, English literature, mathematics, history and civics, chemistry, geography, environmental application. She also receives an appreciation certificate for serving as a captain for St. Peter's House. We have G. Harish, who has got 90% and above in biology, chemistry and computer application. Muhammad Yusuf Ahmad has got highest percentage in geography, mathematics, physics. He also gets 90% and above in English literature, biology, history, civics, chemistry and computer application. He also receives an appreciation certificate for serving as a captain for St. Gregorius House. We now have K. Huda, who gets highest percentage in economic application. She also gets 90% and above in English language, English literature, Hindi, biology, chemistry, geography and history and civics. Thank you, sir. I now hand it over to Mrs. Mariam Memon.
Thank you, Mrs. Aisha. We now have the special prizes for Standard 10 for the year 2021-22. From this year onwards, the school management is introducing an additional award called Academic Excellence Cash Award for the first, second and third rank holders of Standard 10 ICSE examination. The first rank holder gets cash prize of rupees 5,000. Second rank holder gets cash prize of rupees 3,000 and the third rank holder gets a cash prize of rupees 2,000. We begin with Mr. C.K. Thomas Memorial Rolling Trophy sponsored by Mrs. Grace Thomas and Barito Nasiho Commander T. John Cash Award sponsored by Commander T. John goes to Ume Huda for securing first rank for ICSE 2022 examination. She also bags the Academic Excellence Cash Award of rupees 5,000. I request our Honorable Chief Guest, Mr. George C. Kuriakos, to give away the prizes. I also request our Chairman, Sir, and Principal Ma'am to join our Chief Guest to give away the prizes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I request the dignitaries to kindly stay on to give away the remaining prizes. Barito Nasiho Commander T. John Rolling Trophy sponsored by Commander T. John. Mr. P. Kurian John Memorial Cash Award sponsored by Mr. Sunil P. John and the Academic Excellence Cash Award of rupees 3,000 goes to the second rank holders. This time there is a tie between Urvi Porwal and Gangotri T. Both of them will share the awards. Mr. O.M. Matthews Memorial Cash Award sponsored by Mrs. Rajamma Matthew. Late Mr. Okru Panikal Memorial Rolling Cup sponsored by Mr. Joy Panikal goes to the all-rounder of Standard 10. This award goes to Urvi Porwal. Mrs. Soshama John Memorial Rolling Trophy sponsored by Mr. Sunil P. John for the highest marks scored in English language for ICSE exam goes to Ume Huda and Afnaz Yusuf. Award for the highest marks scored in Kannada language for ICSE exam goes to Ume Huda and Gangotri T. This is also shared. This is a cash award sponsored by Mrs. Sarvamangala Kumari, HOD of Kannada Department. I request Mrs. Sarvamangala to join the dignitaries to give away the prize. Thank you, Chairman sir. Thank you, ma'am. I request the Honorable Chief Guest to kindly stay on. We now move on to the special prizes for classes 1 to 9. We begin with C.K. Thomas Memorial Cash Award sponsored by Mrs. Grace Thomas for the best student in high school. The award goes to Ishana Nizar Rani of Standard 9. Thank you very much, sir, for patiently giving away the prizes. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. T.A. Varghese Memorial Scholarship, sponsored by Mr. T.V. Mohan, goes to the deserving student in primary school on merit cum income basis. This award goes to M. Rakshit of class 2. I request Reverend Father Sibi Bedi and Headmistress to give away the prize. Master Sunil Abraham Memorial Award sponsored by Mr. Joy Marmin is awarded to the best student of Standard 3. The award goes to Abhijit of class 3. I request Reverend Father Sibi Devi and Headmistress to give away the award. Thank you, Father. Thank you, ma'am. Mrs. Zoreen Gomes Award sponsored by Mrs. Zoreen, ex-teacher of St. Mary's Public School for the best student of Standard 4 goes to Saida Alina Pirzadeh. I request Mr. Itti K. Cherian, President of JSO Society, to give away the prize along with HM, ma'am. Hannah Mall Rolling Trophy sponsored by Mr. Baby for the best student of Standard 7 goes to Tripti G. Naik. I request Mr. Itti Kecharian to give away the prize. Thank you, sir. Sarva Mohan Memorial Scholarship sponsored by Mr. T.V. Mohan goes to the deserving student of Standard 9 on merit cum income basis. The award goes to Iman Yusuf. I request our school chairman, sir, to give away the prize. St. Mary's Scholarship sponsored by Mr. Jacob Tarakan for the best high school student goes to Likith N of Standard 9. I request Chairman, sir, to give away the prize. Thank you, sir. I now request our principal ma'am to give away the prize for the winner of the best design cover page of the school magazine. The prize goes to Iman Yusuf for Standard 8. Thank you, ma'am. We are indeed proud to announce that our school has emerged winners of Code Decode Treasure Hunt organized by Daffodils English School. It was held today. Code Decode is a game of treasure hunt involving Java coding. I request our chief guest to hand over the trophies to the winners along with chairman and ma'am and computer application HOD Mrs. Iqbal Unisa. The winners are Noor Ayman Rabani and Prajwal S of Standard 10. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chairman, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mrs. Iqbal. With this, we have come to the end of prize distribution. It has been the practice over the years that our school management honors its staff for their dedicated and relentless service. We now have the felicitation of the staff. I now request Mrs. Deepa to kindly take over.
A very good evening to one and all. Throw yourself into some work you believe in with all your heart. Live for it, die for it, and you will find happiness that you had thought could never be yours. Yes, talented employees stay because they are appreciated, listened to, promoted, involved in decision, mentored, and lastly challenged. We now have the felicitation of 4 staff members by the school management for their long tenure of service in this institution. Ms. Rajalakshmi, Mr. Anand Raj, Mrs. Shanti K, and Mrs. Immaculate Priscilla. First and foremost, I would like to call upon a staff whom we call the backbone of our library since 1997. The one who makes a variety of books accessible to the young Marians. A soft-spoken, warm and compassionate person. She has been diligently facilitating the work of all teachers and has also contributed her teaching skill in bringing out moral values and general knowledge among our students. I now call upon Ms. Rajalakshmi, a school librarian, onto the dais, who will be honored today for her 25 years of long service in our institution. Miss, please. Thank you, Miss. Next, we have one of the most energetic and committed support staff who has also completed 25 years of service. Students know her for her English and Malayalam speaking skills, and I must say our students are pretty much fond of her. I request our support staff, Mrs. Shanti K, to come forward. Next we have one of the senior most support staff of our school, who has been blessed to watch our institution flourish since its early stage. A committed person whom a teacher can approach any time in need. A cheerful, happy-go-lucky man without whom a day in our school would go bonkers. He's been honored today for his 25 years of long service in our institution. With all my heart, I call upon Mr. Anand Raj onto the dais. He's being accompanied by his mom in this prestigious moment. I invite both of them onto the stage. Thank you. Last but not the least, I call upon the person who's been associated with our school from past 15 years. Without from greeting the parents to answering phone calls and running errands, she knows how to maintain a professional composure throughout her interactions. She is the one whom a parent or any other person first approaches in school. Thank you for making the best of the first impressions. She is none other than our officer, front office, Mrs. Immaculate Priscilla. I now request her to kindly come forward onto the dais. Now, I would like to call upon our chief guest, Mr. George C. Kuriakose, and our school chairman, Mrs. Elias P. Verghese. I request our principal ma'am, Mrs. Asha Sunil, and headmistress, Mrs. Vanitha Jacob Deepak, to join them. I also request a volunteer to escort Mrs. Anand Raj's mom off the dais. Okay. I now request our chief guest, Mr. George C. Kuriakose, to kindly honor all of them with a gold coin.
Link is not opening fine. Janet I have shared a new link, no?
Ms. Rajalakshmi received the gold coin. Now Mrs. Shanti K received the gold coin from our chief guest. What a prestigious moment for a mom. Please applaud, audience.
If I keep it like this, they are telling me to keep it like this. Do like this.
Now I request our school chairman, Mr. Elias P. Verghese, to honor them with a memento. Our father, Reverend Father C.B. Baby, honoring her with a memento. Now, our President, JS Society, Mr. Itike Cherian, will be honoring Mr. Anand Raj with a memento. Now I request our chairman, Sir Oli, to do the honors. So here we have the 4 pearls of SMPS. Once again, give them a big round of applause, dear audience. They truly deserve it for their exceptional achievement. It's indeed a moment of pride and privilege. Thank you, everyone.
Off lights are set.
It's time for the keynote address by our esteemed chief guest. I request Mr. George C. Kuriakose, CEO, Foresight PropTech, Director, Trevor Integrated Services, to address the gathering. So please.
Monica, ma'am, you just informed me.
Hi, good evening, everybody. At the last half an hour or so. Respected Father CBB of St. Mary's Cathedral, Mr. Elias Varghese, Chairman of the St. Mary's Public School, Mrs. Asha Sunil, Principal of St. Mary's Public School, Mrs. Vanida Jacob Deepak, Mrs. Urmila Bali, Ms. Prema Elizabeth, Mr. T.K. Charyan, board members of the school, executive committee members of the society, teachers, parents, and my dear students. It's a great honor to be here on this particular prestigious occasion of the school. During the numerous visits to the church in 95-96, when I was a regular church member out here, and post that over the last few years when I used to come for Sunday school competition for my kids or for other church functions, I could see how the school has grown over the years. And I was happy to know that next year the school celebrates the 40th year of its foundation. I think it calls for commendation of the vision of the founder bishop also, Thomas Mathimotheus, who is the diocese bishop at Kottayam, my native diocese also.
Keep it like
So once again, so before I go into my topic of what I would like to take a few words on, can we have one round of applause for all the talented students that we have seen out here? Thank you. I'm sure most of you would have heard of the story of talents from the Bible. I'll repeat that in a short thing. A master was set to travel abroad, so he called his 3 servants and gave him talents. So the first, based on their capabilities and abilities. The first servant, he gave him 5 talents. The second servant, 2 talents. And the third one, 1 talent. And asked them to do something with that so that they have some returns, develop their abilities and talents and come back. The first and second servants invested that talent and got some returns out of it. So when the master came back from his trip abroad, he asked his servants, what did you do with the talents? The first one came and told him, you gave me 5 talents, here I have another 5 talents. The second servant came and said, you gave me 2 talents, here another 2 talents. The third servant, what he did is, he dug his talent into the ground, said, I feared that I don't lose my talent, so I did not do anything. Now what do you think the master would have done? He was happy with the first 2 servants because they used their talents to develop themselves, while the third one did not do anything to develop his talents. So that's what let's talk about. Each and everyone out here is talented. Talent in today's world, so the talent which is used in the Bible was actually a currency during those times, but today talent is what each and every student out here has got it. And we have seen so many talented students. Today was a day of recognizing the academically qualified people. So that particular talent has come out here, but I'm sure that there are a lot of other students who are talented in music, dancing, other artistic and sports and other activities. How do you develop this particular talent? We also see the examples of people outside whom we call talented, like Sachin Tendulkar, Messi or Ronaldo or PV Sindhu, or in terms of actors, painters and all those people. So they have been called talented not just because of the native talent, because they have developed that particular talent. So talent, now how do they come to be called talented? Because they have developed the talent or interest to the level of excellence. So that's more important. It is not just that you have a talent, you need to develop your talent to the level of excellence. That set of excellent people, some of them were the ones who were recognized and awarded out here. So our objective, each and every student and parent support and teacher support for the students actually is to develop the talents to make them and bring them to excellence. The question is, how do you bring them to excellence? It is by bringing a qualitative change in how do you think, how to do things and improving it, and not just a quantitative change. Just to expand the two, a quantitative change is basically doing the same thing over and over again. For example, a runner just instead of 2 hours, he spends 4 hours in his track and field. So that is quantitative field, doing one thing over and over again. But qualitative change is doing different things to develop that particular talent. For example, in the sports arena itself, you can see people who have moved into who, for example, a runner doing a fitness campaign or a swimmer doing running, any of those kind of stuff. So they basically develop by doing other different kind of things. So in terms of developing your qualitative skills, you need to do three things actually speaking. One is develop your technique, two is discipline, and third is attitude. The techniques is basically improving. So let's come back to the field of education and academics out here, as most of you are already talented, but just a few words on that. Techniques in terms of improving your study. I mean, I'm sure that most of the teachers will agree that most students are just studying by reading the textbook. They are not writing their notes. So how do you change your technique of study? It's by writing your notes, but teaching somebody else, that's a step forward. Or basically get more resources apart from your textbooks and notebooks or whatever it is. So technique is one thing which is very important. Second is discipline. Discipline is about putting in efforts continuously and developing that particular thing. All of you would have heard about the of the wording, genius is 1% inspiration while 99% perspiration. So there's a lot of hard work which goes in terms of developing your talent to excellence. So the amount of time that is spent in studying, making it a routine in terms of studying, maybe a morning routine or evening routine based on the capabilities of each and every student kind of thing. You can start small, but be consistent about it. So discipline is the second factor. And the third factor is attitude. How do you have a positive mindset? How do you develop reminding yourself that after I do my studies, there's this career ahead in terms of outstanding career is what I will get if I do my best out here. This is how you create a positive attitude. The same thing would go in terms of sports. I mean, you see yourself as a winner in terms of the medal tally or whatever it is kind of thing. So that's what. So I've just taken examples from studies because today we were more or less congratulating the people who have shown their excellence in studies. But the same thing applies for whatever field you are in or whatever interest you have got. Be it, as I told before, be it academics, sports, arts. I'm sure St. Mary's Public School is a good forum in terms of finding out your capabilities or interest of this thing and developing forward. So before I end, so once again, in terms of your hidden talent, developing your hidden talents, you need to make improvement qualitatively, and not just quantitatively. And to do that, three things are important. Improve on your techniques, have discipline, and have a positive attitude. I wish you all the best and be excellent in the areas of expertise that you see. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the valuable tips and for the motivational speech and also for sharing the parable from the Holy Bible based on talents. I am sure the students will be benefited. We will now have the launching of the after-school program. I request our headmistress, Mrs. Vanitha Jacob Deepak, to kindly brief the gathering about this program.
What we learn with pleasure, we never forget. Christopher Emmanuel Paul, an American professional basketball player who plays for the Phoenix Suns of the National Basketball Association, Paul is widely regarded as one of the greatest point guards of all time. And this is what he had to say about after school. I quote, "Growing up, I spent a lot of time after school learning things in addition to basketball. It helped me figure out who I wanted to be. Kids need after-school activities as much as they need good classrooms and good teachers," unquote. St. Mary's Public School, under the able leadership of our chairman and our principal, have ventured into broadening the horizon for our students as well. Recent studies show that after-school program benefits students at all levels, from elementary to high school. In fact, middle school and high school students may often benefit most from these after-school programs. And the study also says that these students who enroll for after-school programs had greater expectations for the future and were more interested in school than their peers.
Government agencies and non-profit organizations have begun to promote after-school programs as a positive resource for youth in the past several years. However, while the concept seems to be taking off, the need for programs is far being met. More than 28 million school-age children have parents who work outside the home, and that number is growing. That says it all about the need and importance of having an after-school program. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled. On this auspicious occasion, we will now launch the after-school program in St. Mary's Public School. I request our distinguished chief guest, Mr. George C. Kuriakose, to do the honors. Thank you, sir. Parents, we will let you know when we start, and the charges and everything we detailedly share with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Mrs. Prema Elizabeth, Junior School Coordinator, will now propose the vote of thanks.
A thousand words not leave so deep an impression as one deed. I'm here to express my gratitude to each and everyone grateful for us this special day. It's an immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this special day. First of all, I extend my most sincere thanks to God Almighty for His blessings and grace in making today's event a resounding success. I, Prema Elizabeth, on behalf of the management, staff and students, express my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, Mr. George C. Kuriakose, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today. Your thoughts have truly inspired us. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to Reverend Father Sibi Baby, the vicar of JSO Society, who has graced us with his presence, and for all the moral support to our institution. Thank you, Father. Hearty thanks to the members of the Board of Management, our Chairman, Mr. Elias P. Vargas, for all the encouragement, support, and guidance in making this day a success. Further, I would like to express my deep sense of gratitude to our principal, Mrs. Asha Sunil, and headmistress, Mrs. Vanita Jacob Deepak, for their effort, constant support, and guidance in making this event a success. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. This event could not have taken place overnight, The wheels started rolling weeks ago. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a wonderful team of teachers who train the students in putting up a great show. Thank you, teachers. We are deeply grateful to our students and parents for supporting us and taking part in this event with great enthusiasm. Thank you, parents and students. A special thanks to the Finance and Operation Head, Mr. Kurian P. Abraham, and his team for coordinating all the minute details of this event, like hospitality, logistics, sound power, and all the service rendered. Last but not the least, I thank all the coordinators, MCs, teaching and non-teaching staff, volunteers, and security personnel for making this event a success. Before I end, I congratulate all the winners and participants and wish them all the very best. Always keep the SMPS flag flying high. Thank you one and all. Now I request the audience to kindly stand for the school anthem. Kindly be seated.
We now move on to the entertainment session. I request school head girl Noor Ayman and Iman Yusuf to come forward and take us through the entertainment session.
Isaiah chapter 41 verse 10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Nooraiman Rabani. And I, Iman Yusuf. Together we are here to take you all to this beautiful evening. First of all, our hearty congratulations to the young Marians and ex-Marians who received prizes and awards. We wish you all the very best in your future endeavors.
It's time for celebrations, and let's now have some fun, some entertainment. You know something? Entertainment and learning are not opposites. Entertainment may be the most effective mode of learning. But before we begin, let's seek Lord Almighty's blessings.
Yes, invite God into every circumstance, because when God enters the scene, miracles happen. Therefore, let's commence this entertainment session with a graceful invocation dance by Trupti Ji Nayak of grade 8, who will be depicting an incident when Yashoda Maya discovered the whole universe in Lord Krishna's mouth while he was busy eating mud.
Krishna Nivekane Baro
That was indeed a divine performance by Trupti with her classical skills. Thank you, Trupti, for such an elegant performance. We now move on to the junior school section. I invite Haya Fatima Sharif and Aira Rahat to take over the mic.
A pleasant good evening to everyone present here. I, Aira Rahat, and Haya Fatima Sharif, are here to introduce the program by our junior school. This annual day to motivate and inspire minds to showcase their talents. This is a highly important occasion for everyone, as this celebration highlights our school's continuous success in the area of education. We do cherish our partnership and collaboration in all endeavors of our life. We treasure our love and concern towards our institution, which is our second home. The little tiny tots of the pre-primary section will now enthrall you with a welcome dance. Yes, ma'am. I'm shocked in that beautiful performance. Reynolds aptly remarked that the adversity you come across in life is what helps you grow to become a believer in yourself. I am sure you would know where I am leading you. Our little believers are taken up by this Hollywood hit. Our junior school students are here to shake a leg to this beautiful song, especially after the worst of COVID-19. It motivates us to believe in ourselves under any circumstances. Let's put our hands together as we watch our little believers dance to the rhythmic beat of the Hollywood hit titled Believer.
First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second, don't you tell me what you think that I could be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. I was broken from a young age, took my soak into the masses, writing my poems for the few that look at me, took me, shook me, killing me, singing from heart, from the pain, taking my message from the veins, speaking my lesson from the brain, seeing the beauty through the. You make me a believer, believer. You make me a believer, believer. Let the waters flow, let the rain. My love, my God, again. You make me a believer, believer. Third things turn, send a prayer to the ones up above. All the hate that you've heard has turned your spirit to a dove. Oh, ooh, your spirit up above. Oh, ooh. I was choking in the ground, building my brain up in the cloud, falling like ashes to the ground, hoping my feelings they would drown, but they never did, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down, it rained down like. Blessed by the grace of the fire and the flames. You're the face of the future, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh, the blood in my veins. Oh, ooh. But they never did, ebbing and flowing, inhibited, limited, till it broke up when it rained down. It rained down like. Believer.
Hope you all enjoyed their performance.
Wasn't it a treat to watch our tiny dots perform their very best?
Yes, indeed.
By the way, Iman, why were you so late today?
Oh, don't ask me. My maid didn't turn up today and I had to complete the house chores all by myself.
Poor you. I wonder what kept the maid away.
I suppose her daughter is sick, and why not, as she brings her along every single day to lend a hand in the household work.
That's really sad. May I know how old is she?
She is just 11 years old.
Oh, I feel so sorry for all the small children who go to school to make their future.
Though there are laws in place, but the situation hasn't improved over the years. India still has the largest number of child laborers. It's such a shame for us.
Truly said. Poverty and ignorance result in a vicious circle that deprives them of education, which is so basic, a right of each child. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's witness a theme-based mime by our middle school students, highlighting the plight and misery of underprivileged children across India.
वर्ष में प्रारंभ से ही बच्चों को ईश्वर का रूप माना जाता है। ईश्वर के बाल रूप यथा बाल गणेश, बाल गोपाल आदि इसके प्रत्यक्ष उदाहरण हैं। लेकिन आज की तस्वीर इससे बिल्कुल अलग है कीमती बच्चे फिर भी क्यों नंगे पैर ये सड़कों पर भीख मांगते हैं। अपनी किस्मत की रेखा छोटे बर्तनों में घिसते हैं। घर, बाजार, वासना के हाथों रोज बिकते हैं। हम रोज ये सुनते, पढ़ते और देखते और सो जाते हैं। चलो देर से ही सही, अब जाग जाते हैं और इन बच्चों को इनका हक दिलाते हैं।
शहर में पल के नीचते हैं यूं जुदा अब बांटते हैं ये हम भीगे नैना, जो खिड़कियों से झांकते थे नैना, घुटन बंद हो गए हैं।
क्या आपको नहीं लगता कि कोमल बचपन को इस तरह गर्त में जाने से आप रोक सकते हैं? देश के सुरक्षित भविष्य के लिए वक्त आ गया है कि आपको यह जिम्मेदारी अब लेनी ही होगी। क्या आप लेंगे ऐसी किसी एक मासूम की जिम्मेदारी?
देखो इन्हें ये ओसर की बूंदें, पत्तों की गोद में आसमान से कूदे, अंगड़ाई ले फिर करवट बदल कर, नाजुक से मोती हंसने फिसल कर, खो न जाइए तारे ज़मीं पर।
कभी बातें जैसे दादी नानी, कभी चलते जैसे मम्मी, कभी बन जाए बोले सवालों की जड़ी, सन्नाटे में हंसी के जैसे, सुने खुशियों के जैसे, ये तो नूर है बरसे तेरी किस्मत को बड़ी। बच्चों से मत काम करो, नन्हे हाथों को न दुखो, बाल बेकार की रोकथाम हम सब मिलकर करेंगे काम।
It was indeed a breathtaking performance by our young Marians. Wasn't it, Noor? Yes, of course. It was an eye-opener to each one of us to come forward and solve the situation. Not only should we deny children working for us, but also report if anybody in our acquaintance is employing any child. Yes, and in my opinion, I think that the government should allow minimum financial security in the form of some allowance to the poor families so that they are encouraged to send their children to school. Let's take an initiative to start it within ourselves to abolish child labor. Right, audience? So let's give them a big round of applause for such an inspiring act. Thank you. So, what do we have next? We are now coming to the end of this program with another spectacular performance. Gujarati songs wonderfully represent its vibrant culture, which is laced deeply into its everyday as well as social life. Additionally, it blends modern with ancient traditions. So, get ready for a whirlwind of joy and excitement as the girls of grade 8 and 9 perform a Gujarati Rajasthani cinematic folk dance. I'm sure we'll all love this rich and energetic performance which will spread positivity and laughter amongst us. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with a magnificent performance by our young Marian dancers. Sit back and enjoy.
रंगीला भरा ढोलना ढोलना वे रंगीला भरा ढोलना ढोलना अपनी फेमस है रात वाली यारियां जावे सारा जहां बेथल कुरमा सुन ले ओ छोरियां झूमे नगरियां जब जब ये घूमे हमारी यार तारी कमरी यार तारी कमरी यार बेथल कुरमा सुन ले ओ छोरियां झूमे नगरियां जब जब ये घूमे हमारी यार तारी कमरी यार तारी कमरी यार खुशियों संगे लावी हाय हाय हायो हाय हाय रंगी परोड़ आवी खुशियों संगे लावी हाय हाय हायो हाय हाय आशानी किरणों बिखराए उमंगे भी चलते मन हड़बे थी गुनगुनाए हाय 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 हे शुभारंभ हो शुभारंभ मंगल बेला आई सपनों की लहरी पे दिल की बाजी रे शहनाई 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 रास रचिलो साज सजिलो शुभ घड़ी जे आवी आजा आजा टमटमाता शमणाओ जे लावी सोगा तारा तबीला तारा रंगीला तारा रंगे तुझे तारी सोगा तारा तबीला तारा रंगीला तारा रंगे तुझे तारी सोगा तारा तबीला तारा रंगीला तारा रंगे तुझे तारी
What a power-packed performance that was. It inspired each one of us sitting right here to share, express, and connect with our own traditional from the past as well as in the present.
With this, we come to the close of the program. I would like to thank each one of you for being a wonderful audience. Your kindness and patience throughout the program is highly appreciated. In the end, I would like to mention a quote. A spirit with vision is a dream with mission. So let each Marian soar higher with the mission, a goal, a hope, a vision to fulfill his or her dream. This is Iman Yusuf and this is Noor Ayman Rabani signing off. And I will request Mrs. Mariam Mamin and Mrs. Aisha N to join us on stage. I request all of you to please rise for the national anthem.
विनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request the students and the parents to kindly remain